So recently we've pointed out the two things that we think are most killing the Phoenix Suns early in the season without Devin Booker. We identified not closing out on the three-point line and turnovers. Against the Thunder, turnovers did not get any better. In fact, we had one more turnover than our average, 17, and we're averaging 16. So we're feeling like right now, the point guard position might need to be addressed. At least I know Sundo's leaning in that direction. We're going to get into that and who is available at the point guard position. But first, hit that like button for us and tell us in the comments if you think the Suns need to address the point guard position.
Yeah, man, I'd really like to just cut these turnovers out, man. 17 is just too many. And I do feel the best way to do that is to get a primary ball handler that's not Bradley Beal or Kevin Durant at this point, because they are leading the team in turnovers. So yeah, I would really like for the team to figure out a way to cut those down ASAP. But first, Gabe, let's talk about our brand new sponsor for the channel, Mojo, Gabe.
Dude, I'm in love with Mojo. It is such a fun, unique twist on playing parlays, and you know I love some parlays.
Yeah, Mojo, it's a crazy new app that turns sportsbook odds and selection into fantasy contests. And this is how it works. There are thousands of NBA, even NFL player props. You build a portfolio, and the better your portfolio performs, Gabe, the more cash you win. And you get to pick as many props as you want, and you get to try to beat the crowd. It's a whole new way to play fantasy. The props act like stocks, so you can buy and sell live, Gabe, live all game long. It's the only fantasy app that lets you make moves after the game starts, Gabe, so you're not stuck with a bad pick. How often, Gabe, when we're playing fantasy or you're playing a parlay, do you wish you could take those parlays back? With Mojo, you can make moves after the pick. You can cash in on a hot start if your winnings are there, or you can hang on and let them ride for the even bigger winnings. Download now on the App Store and use our code SUNSVALLEY for a 100% deposit match up to $100 for your first time deposit. Shout out to Mojo Fantasy for sponsoring this video.
So we looked at the list of best free agents available, sorted by point guard, and not surprisingly, the picking is decently slim. John Wall is a name that comes up all the time. Goran Dragic is still available. He wants to go to Miami. Miami don't want him to go to Miami. And then the other most intriguing thing to me, which I think we need to do regardless, this needs to be attempted regardless. TJ McConnell, Matt Ishbia's dream boy, has been benched. He is seeing no minutes in Indiana, and I have to think that should make it easier for the Suns to go and get him. We picked up 3 second-round picks for Isaiah Todd. I'm not joking. I would spend all of them, and obviously you include somebody like Nas, or, hey, I would say goodbye to Bol Bol if they would take him. I still think he's a hand-in-glove fit for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I think all three of these options would work out well with this team. And yeah, we heard about John Wall and him hanging out with Bradley Beal before the season started. And he said, man, I'm interested. I would love to find a team. I'd love to play with Bradley Beal again. But, you know, as you've seen, no team has signed him right now. He's in Australia. Reports are he's out there hanging out with a team that he owns partially, out there working out with them right now. Not blowing out the possibility of him playing in Australia, but I don't know how that works. I don't know how the logistics work with all that, with him being a part owner, or if he's able to do that. In my opinion, I'd love to see him back in the NBA. And yeah, I'd like to see him in a Suns uniform for sure. Your boy Goran, I don't know. I'm not as high on him as you are. You know what I mean? Like, I know that you have, you know, your fond memories of him, but I'm just not super sold on him at the strapping age of what, 37, 38 years old. And I mean, that's not no LeBron James 37, 38 years old either. So I'm not high on him like you are. TJ McConnell, I do feel is number one on my list. He's been playing. I feel like he fits perfectly here. As you mentioned, Matt Ishbia loves him. I do think he's a good culture guy. And yeah, I would give up second round picks in a Nas Little and maybe even Bol Bol to go ahead and get TJ McConnell on this team. I think getting a point guard is vital right now, Gabe. We are a turnover machine team. We are a turnover prone team, bro. 17 is too much. And they come from our main ball handlers, from Beal, from Kevin Durant, from Eric Gordon. So I would really like to see a player come in that can handle the rock, do the right things, make the right passes. Let's not turn the ball over as much.
I remain very low on the prospect of John Wall. I've seen him play enough. I feel like he's washed, and I never really liked his style of play. Anyways, I like my point guards to be table setters. Goran Dragic, it is a sentimental thing. I would just more than anything be willing to take a look-see and just see what he's got under the hood right now. If it's trash, no need to try to do that. But it was just a bad breakup when he left. And that was with a old boyfriend, Robert Sarver. I just think it would be so nice, especially if we could get something out of him on the court, to bring Goran back, a guy we drafted and a guy that we did dirty, who said he didn't have any trust in the Phoenix Suns organization. To be able to right that wrong, I would like to take a look at that. As far as signing somebody off of the scrap heap like Wall, I'm not really that interested. I'm of the belief that Bradley Beal is still a shell of himself, and you're seeing that even a shell of Bradley Beal can be pretty nice at times. I would get TJ McConnell if possible, but not sign someone who's a free agent unless you can find a young player that we don't know about that is on the come up. I want to see Booker healthy and Bradley Beal healthy before I say that we have to get someone else to come in and to try to right the ship.
Yeah, that's a fair point, honestly, on the Booker returning thing. We do need to see what it looks like with him being the ball handler, all three on the court, sharing the ball, passing the ball, moving the ball around. But in the meantime, bro, I just have a hard time trusting what we have right now to get the job done. It's just not good. These turnovers are bad. Giving teams all these second chance points is not good. And we haven't even talked about this, but the fourth quarter collapses are even worse, and the turnovers only pile on to that. And so give me a ball handler or figure it out real quick. Either way, I don't care. Clean it up. If you clean it up, we don't need another ball handler. But until then, I'm still with the prospect of getting a backup point guard. We just need it.
We'll see you guys Wednesday for the live stream. Got the T-Wolves coming to town. That should be interesting. Until then, go Suns.